Unity, nation, and race. That's Umoja. Unity for the world. Really unity, but it's just a matter of prioritizing because we must address our issues. They must be first on our list so that then we can create a world that works for everyone. But if we do not address our issues, then we're going to be lacking. So we got to understand from an African perspective what African people need to do. So African deep thought tells us that everything is laid on the foundation of a moral value system called Ma'at. Ma'at, which represents the principles of truth, justice, righteousness, order, propriety, harmony, balance, and reciprocity. This moral imperative demands that everything be done for the greater good of all concerned. It's not about really a specific belief system, but it's also whatever you believe, you still have a moral imperative to treat people right. You know, even if you have whatever different religions you may have, whatever political ideas you may have, we're all equal under this system of Ma'at. Everybody's accountable to a moral standard. And so to me, it represents love in action. And is an earlier version of the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Banding together to do wrong or to promote a personal agenda is not what African unity is about. So when we talk about unity here at Triangular, let's think in terms of Umoja, so that we know that we're talking about an African kind of unity that moves beyond I to we, where we are called into account for our actions, and our actions are measured against a moral standard, like I said, and not just a specific belief system, where personal agendas are pushed to the side for the greater good of the community and humanity. I see that as the next step for us. We need to create a culture of accountability here at Triangular, a culture of where everyone is equal. Everyone is equal under these moral standards. You see that? See, in our ancient Egyptian history, the Pharaoh, he was accountable to Ma'at. So in that sense, he was equal. There was no such thing as, well, he could get away with it because he's in the higher level, he's above the law. We had no structure like that. No one was above the law. That's a Western, Eurocentric position. But an African natural position is that everyone is equal under the law. And so we need to create that kind of culture here at Triangle, I believe, as we're beginning to recalibrate ourselves, as we're beginning to recreate the greatness that we want our community to be and to reflect. Let's create it in an image that's going of greatness. Let's raise our standards and let's even do more so that when we create it, we can create it better than it ever was. That's the idea. Umoja is to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Another concept that is helpful is the concept of Imani. So I'm only talking about two concepts, Umoja, unity, collective unity, and Imani, which is collective faith. Imani is to believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. It represents practicing collective, not just individual faith. The advancement I'm talking about is a collective advancement, not an individualistic advancement. We need to enter into the land of success, but do so from a collective perspective. Think in terms of relationships, your spouses, parents, children, and friends. Don't think of yourself as separate from your spouse, your child, your friend, or your extended family. See yourself as the person you meet in the street. That person is a reflection of you. Isn't that what Jesus meant when he said, love your neighbor as yourself? So, what I want to encourage us to do is to practice seeing the divine in each other. The God in me salutes the God in you. That's what we can do. Practice seeing the divine in each other. Look for people that you can be in agreement with. Again, another African concept. I'm trying to think of the word, but anyway, I can't remember the word. But anyway, the point is that don't think in terms of your success as being an individual effort. But part of your strategy is to find people who can see you in your divinity, who can see the mission and purpose that God has for you in this world. And they can be in agreement with you. Because a lot of stuff we just can't do by ourselves. We need each other. We need to see each other in the light of our divinity, right? And then we need to be in agreement so we as a community can be collectively in agreement that we're going to move forward to the next level as a spiritual community. And we're going to do it the right way. And we're going to reflect on our history, the ways of our ancestors, so that we can bring to bear all of this in our forward movement. Awareness creates change. And where attention goes, energy flows. So let's focus on advancing to the next level in our lives, our families, and in our spiritual community. And we will begin to see it happening. Our attitude of I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me must evolve to the attitude, together we can do all things with God's help. So let's do it. Let's advance in an African way. Let's do it together in relationship as men and women in equal partnership. Let's honor our indigenous roots and go back to nature. Together, we can do all things with God. Together, we can advance to the next level. That's what we're doing as a community. And so it is. Thank you.